Yeah. Right? And I'm not playing no.
Well, last week I did a story and I covered a comic book store owner in California commenting to Bleeding Cool about how no one's buying Iceman and Tim Drake and the gay transformed characters books. They get canceled, but these companies need to keep making them, keep making them. And Tim Sheridan has done just that with this Green Lantern and Alan Scott miniseries that kind of canonize the sexuality of Alan Scott. And issue number 2 goes even further. It's called Conversion. And what he does is he goes way further than, oh, Alan Scott was just gay. No, Alan Scott is, he basically tells through a flashback to this assistant of his, of this massive 4 years earlier, this massive experience that he had, traumatizing experience he had in like basically a mental institution, trying to basically cure him. This is a cross, just as a guy, Billy, putting on makeup, wearing a wig. That will come out to play in a moment. And then you have this sort of back and forth in the timeline between their time here. And Billy just admits that he's faking it. He just pretends. Everyone else there is always very conflicted. So what he's done is Tim Sheridan is trying to give Alan Scott this sort of like uber gay heroic backstory of overcoming the efforts to convert him, to fix him, all the stuff like that. You have someone being taken away here. Just the oppressive nature of its time in the 1940s. And all of this everything. Now, Tim Sheridan is not old. He's not an old man. He's lived in a more progressive time. He is totally just transferring the most extreme scenarios into this Alan Scott. So it's not about just retconning his life. It's also retconning this extreme experience that plays into it. And Billy is the one. It's Billy who gives him this Green Lantern in this pillowcase, right? So Billy is the one. And of course, what is Billy's fate? Because he's faking everything. Billy's fate, of course, is he's pulled aside and they give him the lobotomy treatment. So it's just everything is, it's kind of a combination of like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest meets like an Alan Turing story of all of his extreme stuff. And he is constantly at odds with who he can be and what he wants to do, never being comfortable in his own skin, to the point where he has all this kind of stuff that happens, and then later it's just more chaos that's happening. They're trying to pin him down. They're trying to lock him down, give him electric shock, or give him a lobotomy. Those kinds of things. All these different things is torturous behavior before he ends up on a train with just another dude. So again, more gay relationship type stuff. There's this big incident, whatever, and you have just more stuff. So this is how he gets to be Green Lantern. So the Green Lantern is not just, oh, he was gay. It's also a large part of why he's chosen to be Green Lantern, because of this heroic nature of overcoming all of this and pressing through the nature of the time, the conversion, the mental institute, the experimentation, all these heinous things that are long gone before our time. Like Tim Sheridan's, I think, a little bit younger than me. This stuff was long gone by my era of time. So, yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I'm curious. What sells? Did this sell? If we have a store owner that's saying I'm having a hard time moving, even in liberal California, which is his words, not mine, and that link will be in the description. I can't move Iceman and Tim Drake. No one's buying it. It's a bunch of white middle-aged 40-year-olds. They buy their thing, and DC and Marvel needs to keep doing this so they can find this audience. Well, there couldn't be a more targeted miniseries that's basically creating Alan Scott as basically a gay icon. He's beyond like Milk and Alan Turing and just everything you can think of all wrapped into one, right? So, does it sell? Now we'll know. So if you thought issue 1 was just the only gimmick and it was just a little bit of the backstory and it was just going to be a little bit of setting all up, no. This goes way deeper than that, because this is literally at the crux of why he even is chosen to be a Lantern to end with. So that's what happened. Feel free to leave your comments. Remember, each week, all the commenters, you can get thrown into a bucket. You can win a little comic book prize, one of my graphic novels for Christmas. I appreciate your thoughts and feedback on this. Other recommendations are always welcome as well. Thank you so much for being here. I am Pops.